Are you considering a move to San Francisco, or are you just curious on what it's like to live in this spectacular city? I'm Greg Fulford, Sotheby's International Realty. I'm a real estate agent here. I've lived in the San Francisco Bay Area for over 40 years. Now, on this video, I'm going to talk about what it's actually like to live in the Bay Area in San Francisco. We're going to talk about some of the good, and we're going to talk about some of the not so good, just so that you know, or if you're considering a move, that you understand what it's like to actually live here. Now, let's start with some of the good factors about living in San Francisco. Number one, this city is beautiful. The way that the city is built, the topography on the bay, the views, the vistas of the natural beauty of the water, the hills, and then you pair that with some of the iconic landmarks, the Golden Gate Bridge, Coit Tower, Lombard Street. It just makes for a spectacular setting for a city. Let's talk about number two. Number two is San Francisco has amazing access to outdoor activities. If you're active, if you like to run, hike, bike, if you like to surf or windsurf, or even if you like to snow ski, we have Lake Tahoe within a few hours. San Francisco is positioned for excellent outdoor activities if you're an active person. The next factor when we're talking about living in San Francisco is the incredible food scene. San Francisco is known throughout the world as having amazing restaurants and cuisine. And a lot of this comes from the diversity of the cuisine, the food that's offered here. San Francisco is made up people from a lot of different countries, a lot of different cultures. And what's great about that is we have all these amazing restaurants, all these options for food that we just don't get in a lot of other cities. So we have amazing Chinese food, Mexican food, Italian, Thai, American. And there's so many different types of food and so many wonderful restaurants. It really is an amazing food scene. Next factor or next thing to consider when living or moving to San Francisco is the thriving tech market. Many people move to the San Francisco Bay Area for the tech market, the jobs that are available here. We've had amazing companies like Google, Apple, Meta that were started here and that have grown into these huge worldwide companies. And with that, they employ many people in the Bay Area. So if you're in tech, there is a lot of opportunities, and not just at the bigger companies, but there's also a tremendous startup culture here in San Francisco. San Francisco is number one for venture capital in the world. So there's a lot of people that are starting companies, and it's really just a hub for technology. Another positive factor about living in San Francisco are the great pro sports teams we have. So we have the San Francisco 49ers. We have the San Francisco Giants. San Francisco Giants have won 3 World Series in the last 10 years. And we have the Golden State Warriors. What a run that we've had with them. And with those sports teams, we have great sports venues. So if you like to go to pro sports games, we have amazing access to that. Another great factor about living in San Francisco is San Francisco is known for its diversity and inclusivity. So San Francisco, as I've mentioned before, it's made up of a lot of different people, a lot of different cultures, and it's always been welcoming to people, different people, and it's a very open and diverse city. And if that's something that you will thrive on, you will love San Francisco. So now we're going to talk about some of the not so great factors in living in San Francisco. These are things to consider if you are moving to San Francisco or you're thinking about a move to San Francisco. These are some of the things that you should consider. Number one is it is expensive. San Francisco, like other world-class cities, similar to New York or Hong Kong or London, it's expensive. And we have expensive housing. We have both to buy and to rent. We have expensive cost of living for other items, things like gas, utilities, restaurants, all those are more expensive in comparison to, say, a smaller city somewhere else in the United States. So it is something to consider when you're thinking about moving here, or if you are living here, you're experiencing that it is more expensive. Another factor to consider that would maybe be not one of the better things about San Francisco is the homeless. San Francisco has, like other cities, has a homeless problem. You will see it throughout the city, some neighborhoods more so than in other neighborhoods. And it is something to be aware of and something to that you would need to be comfortable with living in a city like this. Now, one good thing about the city right now is the homeless problem is one of the most important factors that city leaders are focused on, both from a financial and from a resources standpoint. So there is a lot of focus, a lot of work addressing the problem. It is something that is very complex and it will continue, but it is something to be aware of if you are thinking of moving here. Another factor about living in San Francisco is traffic. Like other big cities, there is traffic, both in the city and surrounding the city, going to and from other cities in the Bay Area. Sometimes are worse than others. Obviously, rush hour is a time that you'll experience more traffic. We have seen less traffic since the pandemic. So we have seen the traffic improve, but it is something to consider. It is not on the same level. The traffic situation here is not on the same level as, say, LA or even Chicago, but there is traffic and it is something to deal with. And the final factor, something to consider that not a lot of people know about until they actually live in San Francisco, is San Francisco has very unique weather and there is fog, especially in the summertime. Many people, because it's California, think San Francisco is warm weather and, sunny skies all summer long, but it's actually the opposite. In the city, July and August especially, we have a good amount of fog that rolls in during the day, and that can dramatically drop temperatures. So it could be 80 degrees 20 minutes north of San Francisco, but in the city, it could be 58 degrees. So if you are thinking that, you want to live in a city where in the summertime you're wearing, flip-flops and shorts, it's not always that case in San Francisco. We do have cool summers here. So I've gone over the different factors of living in San Francisco. San Francisco is an amazing city, a world-class city, and I absolutely love living here. If you have questions about living in San Francisco or what it's like to live here, or if you're thinking of moving to San Francisco and you want to talk to someone, please do give me a call. I'm Greg Fulford, Sotheby's International Realty. Thank you for watching my video. Please do subscribe. I am adding more videos for real estate, lifestyle, anything San Francisco based. I'm adding it to my channel. Thanks very much.